Firstly, sir, out of curiosity, how did you decide on starting this course?
So prior to this, I've been in the academics and also in the consulting industry for almost more than a decade, in which I realized that there was a big gap where students were primarily doing university education and some professional education in order to get the relevant skill sets. So IAQS is basically merger of the two, where we are trying to get industry relevant knowledge to university based education. So the aim is trying to bridge that skill gap that is there in the current professional, which they try to cover it using professional courses. We are trying to give it in the form of a university education itself.
Okay, and does this course of BSc in Actuarial Science in particular limit my career options?
The answer is obviously a no. So I'll give you reasons one by one. First is the course in itself has a natural option, right? After doing 2 years, you can either pursue actuarial science or you can pursue quant finance. Okay, so in the 2 years, let's say you score good, you like math stats, you want to pursue further actuaries, is when you start getting deeper into the concepts of actuaries. If you feel it was not for you, you want to get into finance, then you get into fields like CFA, FRM. So all options are open to you. The second thing that's there is that, let's say you want to get into, forget actuaries, you want to only focus on finance. So within finance right now, there is a big requirement or a big need of people having two skill sets. One is understanding of finance and having some relevant coding knowledge. This hiring need of the corporates till date is getting fulfilled by a person pursuing an engineering and then doing a MBA, typically in finance. So what happens is, via engineering he acquires good technical skill sets, and via MBA he gets the financial polish to it. Both the skill sets are core in our program. So ideally, anyone wanting to pursue anything in finance, ideally would or should look at this, because these two skill sets today are the need of the hour. There needs to be professionals who understand coding, who understand how does it apply in finance, because technology is slowly taking over, and with coding becoming easier and easier to pursue, it is very important for you to have that skill set. Okay, so it opens up you to the entire holistic environment that's there. Now coming to the point of you pursuing a future education. Okay, now when I talk about India majorly is purely, or I'll not say purely, but a majority of the crowd pursue an MBA. So if you want to pursue an MBA, ideally you having such a niche qualification, a niche understanding would be far more valued by as compared to others in the group, because you come up with one set of skill set which is rare in the others that are there. Since you asked this question, doing 2 years in the program, what do you feel you want to do in the third year, and going forward, how do you want to utilize your skill set?
Right now, I'm leaning more towards actuarial science and risk management. And since I'm more interested in sustainability and climate change, I am thinking of pursuing climate risk management after completing this course.
Perfect. So I think you're a very good example of how diversified you can take
Right.
as an option.
Can you tell me about all the skill sets that we acquire after this course?
So the technical skill sets first: actual science, which is more math stats based; quant finance, which is the same math stats based but in the financial services domain; data science skill sets, where you learn all the technical tools that you have of R, Python, VBA, SQL. These are the hard skills. I would say there is a good amount of soft skill also that you acquire. So, giving you a couple of examples that you did. So, you had a case study with one of the corporates, okay, in which the corporate gave you an example, and then was given, and you were given a practical assessment. You went there and you presented. So, what happens is, in this entire thing, you developed a lot of software areas: identification of a problem, explanation of the problem, finding a solution to the problem, and obviously using all these tools that you have already learned. You used R, you used some element of banking, you did credit risk. So I think you develop quite strongly as a holistic professional. because it's one thing to have all the skills and another to be able to demonstrate it. So we are trying to do both, let you acquire the skill, and second, how do you demonstrate it as well.
What master's courses would you recommend me where I can put the knowledge I have already acquired to good use?
So the three things that are there you can get into. So let's say for masters, I'll break it down. Abroad, if you want to go abroad, you have masters in actuarial science, you have masters of financial engineering, mathematical finance, you have data science, the area that you highlighted. Though there are very few courses in sustainability and climate change, but I think some universities in Europe offer that. You can opt for them. So these three areas are open. Ideally, all of these, depending upon where you like your interest in. So you will touch upon each and every skill set in your program. Since you liked the sustainability piece, you can get into the sustainability areas. Some people would like financial engineering, mathematical finance, they can get into mathematical finance or financial engineering. To add to that, we ourselves have a collaboration with the Australian National University, ANU. In case you want to go there, you can get into their School of Business and Economics, in which you can directly get an entry to their master's program in statistics, actuarial science, business finance, applied finance. So there are a lot of areas that are open to you. You may also opt for any form of MBA. So if you are in India, I would prefer an MBA over a conventional master's. So an MBA from any of the good B schools that are there, ideally into finance, business analytics, or data analytics would be the ideal areas that you get into if you are planning to pursue it within India.
That's it. Okay, sorry.